Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Dr. Sabah Tariq. I am international medical graduates. Me and my team members are associated with Department of Cardiology in the Heartbeat Clinic in Texas. Today, I am excited to share my research on the topic of head app, efficacy of head up till sleep, till training on the symptoms of partial orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, known as POTS, partial symptom without tachycardia as PSWT. Let's start with the background. So POTS is a complex disorder of autonomic nervous system, and it is defined an increase in heart rate more than 30 beats per minute from baseline in upright position. And it is characterized by various symptoms including palpitation, dizziness, pain, fog, fatigue, and syncope. PSWT, partial symptom without tachycardia. As its name indicates, it presents similarly to POTS but without significant increase in heart rate upon standing. Fourth is the complex dysautonomia. Its management include both pharmacological and non-pharmacological interventions. Today, our focus is on two interventions that aim to improve the efficacy of the for the POTS patients. And these two interventions are head up, heart sleep, and tilt training. Let's start with the head up tilt training. Head up tilt training, we advise the patient to incline the bedside of the head 6 to 9 inches from the baseline so it can help to improve the symptoms. How does it work? In POTS patients, the blood remains pooled in the legs during the day. So when they lie flat, the blood rushes over the heart, lungs, and liver. So it can cause symptoms like palpitation and dizziness. And by the morning, when the patient stand up, the blood rushes towards the legs, and patient makes experience extreme dizziness and maybe syncope. So head up to sleep improve have to improve to reduce this shift in the blood distribution. So in this way, patient can sleep more easily and they will be less symptomatic in the morning. On the other hand, tilt training. In tilt training, we advise the patient to use the inversion table or tilt table, and the patient is secured by the straps, and then the meters are applied to meter blood pressure and heart rate every 5 minutes. And then the tilt table is tilted to the 60-degree angle. In this way, the orthostatic stress is imposed. Patient may experience some symptoms, then gradually our desired effect will be obtained. How does it work? In POTS patient, like they cannot maintain their autonomic nervous system, so by gradually increasing time spent in upright positions, it can help to maintain body, to maintain blood volume regulation, to maintain heart rate and blood pressure. And POTS patient often involve excessive activity of sympathetic nervous system, and they can exhibit the symptom like palpitation and dizziness. Tilt training help to overcome this overactivity by gradually desensitizing the system to explain less symptom by the postural change. Similarly, tilt training tilt training help to improve gradually under the control of exposure to different tilt positions to balance the body according to different orthostatic positions, so it can develop tolerance to orthostatic tolerance. This is all about the background. So what is the objective of our study? The objective of our study was to evaluate the efficacy of head up tilt sleep and tilt training in improving POTS of PSWT patients. And secondly, we want to assess the compliance, that how many patients are advised this training and how many patients are actually doing these trainings. So, what's the method? It's we use a retrospective study. We randomly selected 71 patients who were advised tilt training and head up tilt sleep. Then we collected data from the patient history and clinical records. Then we collected the data using SPSS 23. And this is about the results. So out of 71 patients, we have 69, 97.2% have POTS, and 2.8% patient have PSWT. And if we talk about the gender ratio, we have 65 female, 91.5%, and we have 8.5% male ratio. So out of 71 patients who are totally advised head up tilt training, we noticed that only 40 patients, 56.3% actually tried these interventions, and 43.7% did not try this intervention. And out of 40 patients, we noticed that 22.852% notice improvement in the symptom. Additionally, if we talk about individually tilt training with or without heart sleep, we have advised 21.7% patients, and out of 58 patients, only 12 patients, 16.9% patients tried tilt training, and out of 12 patients, only 8.5% noticed improvement in the symptoms. And similarly, about the head-up tilt sleep and with the tilt training, we have 69 and 3% patients who were advised. And out of 66 patients, 38, 53.5% patients tried this head-up tilt sleep. And out of 38 patients, we noticed that 19 patients, 36.8% patients actually improved in their symptoms. So we made the conclusion that there's an improvement in the symptoms of the patient, especially with the head-up sleep, because mostly patients try this intervention and there's a less compliance rate with the tilt training. And then it highlights the importance of education as possible in the patient to tell more about the trainings and how to do this. And I want to mention that after our research, our mentor, Dr. Amir Suleiman, he tried to practice tilt training in his clinic as patient and more comprehensive interventions. So for the further research, we want to include a control group because it can be a placebo effect. So the further search, we want to have more control group for the further bettermentation of effectiveness of these interventions. Thank you so much. Any questions and sessions are welcome.
I have a question. Because it looked like on your results, it looks like the success rate of tilt training is almost 50%, like half the people that do it have improved symptoms. If that's the case, why do you think it's like, what are the barriers to patients doing this? It's very minimally invasive. It seems like it would be a great option.
Yeah, it's a very good question. It is a very inversion table is a very costly thing. So mostly patient, we ask the patient, why you are not doing this tilt training? This is a very cost effective and this needs some supervisions. So now Dr. Mislma, we're trying to do tilt training in the clinic. So many patients are doing this. We want to see in the future that how actually improving patient symptoms, it really will help them. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Please support our mission to improve quality of patient care through education. Join us, follow us, and share this content with family and friends.